It's 6:47 a.m. on April the 12th, 1945. You're 3,000 meters up, wedged inside an Oka, basically a missile with a seat, slung under the belly of a bomber that's about to drop you like someone tossing trash out a car window. Your current speed, 450 km/h and climbing. Fuel to return, 0. Landing gear, doesn't exist. Parachute, what parachute? Radio to call for help? What radio? Survival odds. You're literally sitting on 1/200 kilograms of explosives. And as you watch the USS Henrico appear on the horizon, a gray smudge against the ocean, one question cuts through your mind. How the hell did I end up here? Oh, right. Now you remember. It started 8 months ago, spring, 1944, Okayama. You're 18, working at your Uncle Kenji's pottery workshop, nothing glamorous. You spend the day hauling boxes of bowls, sweeping clay dust, organizing shelves, but it's honest, it's safe. And most importantly, it doesn't involve exploding. Then one day, you're stacking bowls when 3 men walk in. Immaculate uniforms, polished boots, faces like they're doing the world a favor. The leader, Lieutenant Sakamoto, has a smile that never reaches his eyes. "Young Tanaka," he says, "like your old friends, the Empire needs you." Your Uncle Kenji stops at the wheel. Wet clay slides through his fingers. He says nothing, but you can see the fear from across the room. The lieutenant lays 3 sheets of paper in front of you. Identical forms, except for one line. Option 1. I passionately volunteer to serve the Emperor in the Special Attack Force. Option 2. I volunteer to serve the Emperor in the Special Attack Force. Option 3. I do not volunteer at this time for the Special Attack Force. Looks like a choice, right? It's like when your boss asks if you want to work overtime on Saturday. But everyone knows no means start updating your resume, only worse. Way worse. Because your name is already printed on all 3 forms, and everyone in the village will know which one you picked. Choosing option 3 isn't just saying no, it's tattooing "coward" on your family's forehead. Of course, the lieutenant continues, still smiling. Your decision is entirely voluntary. The Empire forces no one. It's like your boss saying, you can choose between working for free enthusiastically, or getting fired and never working again, but the choice is yours. You pick up the pen. Your hand shakes. The lieutenant watches your every move like a vulture. You sign option 1. Not because you want to, but because the alternative is destroying everyone you love. Excellent! The lieutenant claps. You've won. Congratulations, Tanaka-san. You've just volunteered for the Divine Wind Special Attack Force. Kamikaze, in other words. Your uncle finally speaks, voice hoarse. He barely knows how to fly. The lieutenant laughs. Don't worry. Where he's going, he doesn't need to know how to land. And in that moment, you get it. You didn't sign enlistment papers. You signed your death certificate. 3 days later, you're at Kanoya Air Base, southern Kyushu. Flight training begins immediately. And when I say flight training, I mean they teach you to take off, basic navigation, aiming, the end. What about landing? You ask on day 1. Captain Watanabe, the chief instructor, looks at you like you just asked where the women's bathroom is. Landing? Tanaka-san, why would you need to know how to land? Silence. You look around. The other 40 boys in your class avoid your eyes. No one wants to ask the obvious question, because the obvious answer is horrific. American pilots get 240 hours of training before their first combat. You'll get 40. And half of that is propaganda disguised as class. It's like learning to drive by practicing only how to turn the key and floor it toward a cliff. Base life is designed to break you. Wake at 5. Calisthenics until your legs shake. Japanese spirit lectures. 3 hours of an officer screaming that dying for the Emperor is the greatest honor. Flight training. More propaganda. Dinner. Meditation on death. Sleep. Repeat. Oh, and beatings. Lots of beatings. The hierarchy is simple. Anyone above your rank can beat you for any reason. One kid in your class, Hiroshi, took a rifle butt to the face because he blinked during morning ceremony. He spent a week in the hospital. When he came back, half his face still purple. He had to thank the sergeant for the educational correction. You'd think this would breed anger, revolt. It doesn't. That's the scary part. It isn't just physical violence. The brainwashing is an art. Every breakfast starts with death meditation. 15 minutes visualizing your body exploding gloriously. Every night, you write letters to your family explaining why dying in a ball of fire is actually amazing. And the cherry blossoms. God, the cherry blossoms. They're obsessed with sakura. They bloom briefly and fall beautifully, Commander Tokaji says in every speech. Just like you will burn bright and fall gloriously for the Emperor. The religious part is the worst. In Shinto, Emperor Hirohito isn't just a leader. He is literally a living god, an actual certified god. A god who, curiously, wears glasses. That's right. And they promise that if you die in combat, you become a kami, a divine spirit who protects Japan forever at Yasukuni Shrine. Your last words to your friends aren't goodbye, but see you at Yasukuni. It's heaven. Japanese military edition. Except to get there, you have to explode first. 6 weeks in, you meet Daiki. Bunk next to yours, 19, former literature student, wanted to be a poet. Now he's learning how to turn into human wreckage. One night he whispers, "Do you believe it? Any of what they say?" You stay quiet. Admitting doubt is treason, and treason doesn't end in glorious death. It ends in a cell, then torture. I don't know, you say. Daiki sighs. I used to, but when they yanked me out of university and threw me here, I realized, if this is so honorable, why aren't the Naval Academy officers flying? Why only boys like us? He pauses. Of the 40 pilots here, 38 were pulled from factories, farms, universities. The officers with real training, they stay on the ground, giving orders. This isn't military strategy, Daiki continues. It's desperation, dressed up as honor. In that moment, something breaks inside you. He said out loud what you were afraid to think. You're not on a sacred mission. You're in a human disposal program. Training moves on. You learn to fly the Oka, affectionately nicknamed Baka, idiot, by the Americans, which is pretty fitting. It's a rocket with a man in it. No, seriously. Imagine a 1-200-kilogram bomb. Stick tiny wings on it, cram in a coffin-sized cockpit, and voila. Cutting-edge Japanese tech. Top speed, 650 km/h in the final dive. Maneuverability, about the same as an anvil falling. Margin for error, you explode. Margin for success, you explode. Margin for regret, you still explode. During aiming practice, Captain Watanabe cheerfully explains, U.S. warships have heavy anti-air, so you must be fast, precise, committed. He points at a diagram. Hit the flight deck on carriers. Maximum damage. The bridge on destroyers. Kill leadership. At 18, your career counselor is teaching you to be a human torpedo. 3 months into the program, a boy named Kenji disappears. He was at dinner, absent at morning roll call. Officially transferred to another unit, but everyone knows the truth. Kenji tried to desert. He was caught 10 kilometers from the base. No one talks about what happened to him, but Kenji is probably dead, and his family was likely forced to apologize because he wanted to live. Resisting isn't an option. Fleeing isn't an option. Dying slowly under beatings isn't an option. There's only one way out. Accept it. And that's the cruelest part. They don't kill you outright. They convince you to kill yourself. They make you thank them for the opportunity. April 1945. You're 19 now. The war is going terribly. Everyone knows it. No one can say it. Okinawa is being invaded. Bombers hit Japanese cities weekly. The Allies are winning, which means the desperation spikes. One day during briefing, Commander Tokaji announces, tomorrow, special mission. Operation Kikusui. Target, U.S. fleet near Okinawa. He reads a list of names. Yours is on it. Your stomach drops. Your ears ring. Beside you, Daiki's name is called too. After the briefing, you head back to the barracks in silence. Other pilots congratulate you. What an honor. Proud of you. The words sound hollow, automatic. That night, Daiki finally speaks. Tanaka, are you scared? You want to lie, say something brave. But what's the point now? I'm terrified, you admit. Daiki nods. Tears slide down his face. Me too. And you know what's worse? It's not dying. It's dying knowing it's a lie, that the commanders will survive, that the war is already lost, that I'll explode on a ship and 2 weeks later, Japan will surrender anyway. He's right, and you know it. Everyone knows it, but no one can say it, because telling the truth is more dangerous than death itself. Do you think Yasukuni is real? Daiki asks, voice shaking. You want to say yes. You want to believe there's something beyond the explosion, that it means something, but all that comes out is, I don't know. If it's not, at least it ends fast. Right? And that's when you realize how far you've fallen. Two boys, one who wanted to be a poet, the other who wanted to make pottery, now taking comfort in the fact that death will be quick. Morning of April 12th. The send-off ceremony is pure theater. White headbands tied across foreheads, hachimaki, the symbol of resolve, shallow cups of ceremonial sake that taste like liquid regret, speeches about joining your ancestors in glory. You put on the uniform, tie the band, drink the sake, do everything they tell you. On the outside, you're calm, composed, honored. On the inside, you're screaming. The mechanics bow as you pass. You don't know if it's respect or because they'll never see you again. And then you sit, literally on top of 1,200 kilograms of explosives. The Betty takes off, engines straining, forced by the weight of death. You hang there for 30 minutes, alone with your thoughts. You can't see the target. You can't do anything. Just wait. And think. You think of your mother. She's probably placing rice in front of your photo right now, praying for a son who's already dead. She just doesn't know it yet. You think of your Uncle Kenji at the pottery wheel, the smell of clay. You think of all the bowls you'll never make, the children you'll never have, the poems Daiki will never write. All of it sacrificed because powerful men decided your deaths are worth more than your lives. The radio crackles. Approaching target zone. USS Henrico in sight. Prepare for release. Your heart kicks. This is real. It's happening. Releasing in 3, 2, 1, drop. The destroyer swells in your view. Gray, enormous, real. Other Okas in the squadron dive ahead. Explosions bloom orange and black against the hull. 3 seconds to impact. You think, this isn't heroism, it's waste. 2 seconds. Waste of my life. Waste of everything I could have been. 1 second. If only, white flash. Nothing. Your name is added to Yasukuni's shrine. Your family receives a folded flag and printed official condolences. Military reports list you as a successful kamikaze attack. Among thousands, the war drags on 4 more months until surrender. And somewhere in the Pacific, fish swim through wreckage that used to be a 19-year-old boy who just wanted to make ceramic bowls. The kamikaze program killed 3,800 Japanese pilots. Most were poorly trained teenagers. They sank 47 Allied ships and damaged hundreds. Strategically, it was a failure. No major carriers or battleships were destroyed, and it may have pushed the US toward using atomic bombs to end the war quickly. The letters that remain talk about family, love, fear, not fanaticism. They weren't born to die. They were convinced their deaths mattered more than their lives. No cherry blossom metaphor makes that beautiful.